SkateRock, also known as Awesome Earl in SkateRock in the United States, puts you on board a super slick skateboard. If you're useless at the real thing like me, then this is the next best thing for the Commodore 64. The challenge? Well, you need to complete 10 courses of increasing difficulty and become one of the elite slime-racked skaters. But it's not going to be easy, trust me. Mind you, at least you don't need to suffer the bumps and bruises and potential broken bones in the comfort of your own home. Initially, you'll probably see some similarities to Paperboy, although instead of an isometric layout, this is horizontal scrolling from left to right, and also you're not on a bicycle this time. Bubblebus, the developers of the game, decided to give newspapers a miss too, and in this game you need to collect 8 flags whilst on your skateboard. As well as collecting these flags, you need to dodge dogs, punks, cars and other assorted hazards along the way. Whilst avoiding these obstacles, you will also have to skillfully guide your skateboard over pavements, ramps and around various roadworks in an effort to successfully obtain all of the flags required to complete a level. Luckily, your board is extremely manoeuvrable once you've learnt the joystick fire button combinations that make your skater jump, spin and perform perfect wheelies. The great features about the game is the flexibility and freedom of movement, as is the animation, which matches the fluid movement of your character. However, you'll need to quickly master these controls if you are to make quick turns to avoid pedestrians and all the mentioned obstacles. This could be a pretty steep learning curve too. You can't progress to the next level until you've completed a course, and that means you have to collect all of the flags within it too. But you can collect them in any order you like, as the game allows you to scroll backwards and forwards at will. But there's also a time limit on each course too. Maybe I forgot to mention that. A nice little bonus though is that any time left over will be added onto the limit for the next course. So that's an incentive to get through the earlier ones as quickly as possible. And trust me, you'll need the extra few seconds in the later levels. For some reasons in the later levels, the miserable layabouts at British Gas have gone and dug up the road everywhere, making it almost impossible for you to cross it. This is where the ramps come in, although they are not always there, but when they are, you should definitely use them. Also, there is a broken bridge level, with lovely, huge gaps in the road, but with a bit of skill, you can jump over these no problem, providing you've mastered the craft of skateboarding by now. When you have completed a course, your skateboarder has a crazy moment and decides to do something which can only be described as a terrible representation of the art of body popping, an ancient ritual probably performed by people dressed in baggy shell suits back in the 80s. Some say probably still performed in my local pub. If you can look beyond the initial difficulty and give this game some time and practice, like I did back when I was a kid, persevering through the courses fail after fail, just to get that last flag and finally get through the hard roadwork sections, you'll find SkateRock to be a very enjoyable game. In fact, once you've become a master of the skateboard, it won't take you too long to complete. You're not going to be overcome by its breathtaking graphics, and you're not going to want to dance around to its astonishing soundtrack, but it will, however, give you a few hours of entertainment. The graphics, well, they're certainly colourful, and for the most part, pretty well drawn, but the chunky, noisy cars let the game down a little. They just don't look like they belong in the game. Hard to explain, more like a giant colourful Duplo block than a car. But, as mentioned, the sound is okay, and there's a backing track that might grind on you a little, but it does seem to drive the game along in a strange sort of way. The backdrops aren't too bad, and the sprites are a bit of a mixed bag. Some are alright, but others are laughably bad. Apart from the high degree of difficulty, which of course can be seen as a positive, and the monotonous sound, the game is fun for a while, as the numerous different obstacles and chicanes guarantee a certain variety in gameplay. So, get it fired up and give it a whirl, and let me know what you think about it in the comments section. Or, have you already played this game before? Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'd also just like to say a massive thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the nostalgia that these games bring and the happy memories of your youth. If you want to continue with me on this journey through time, then please consider subscribing to the channel. There's a whole plethora of games just like this in the playlist, with more coming up next. Hopefully I'll see you all there, and until then, thanks again, and bye for now.